And back. Hello. Yeah, easy gains. Now I'm like thinking about what to do. I think I wanna grind a bit later. The fuck. I wanna grind a bit later. But first I want to like use up these stones because I got so many stones now and nothing to do with them. I want to get like an alchemy close, you know, live event. Gotta push alchemy too. I think I'm fine with Ted, but like if it goes Ted super easy, I know I'll just click pen again and see how it goes. If it goes, you know, as a streamer RNG is real. Okay, so like figuring this out. Yesterday I had streamer RNG in the stream title and that didn't do anything, that didn't work. But today, you know, just having faith, coming back to it. No, but it's unbelievable actually. Like for my gatherer's outfit, I played for such a long time, you know. Yeah, exactly. Just gonna keep clicking. You're probably right. But like yesterday we talked about like what else to do on stream, and people wanted to watch me grind and maybe Lifeskill. I made a bit of a mistake earlier. I dumped all of my energy into a node. I wanted to press 5 and enter, but instead I pressed 55 and enter, so all of my energy is gone and I can't gather, so I guess it's gonna be grinding and maybe gather later or so. But yeah, shortest stream so far. Shortest stream in the short history of this channel. 12 minutes span. RBF energy. Oh, that's gonna be embarrassing, but I don't really mind. Can go RBF, sure. Like, it's publicly known that I can't duel for spot and I can't duel in general. I have to learn that stuff at some point. Next one incoming. Yeah, like as a precaution. As a precaution, I put it in the document, so you see it in the bottom right. Yeah, thank you. I'm happy about it. I'm really happy about it. I wanted to get into hunting. When I was a new player, I always looked at people with the hunting medal and it looked so cool. I really wanted to do it. I didn't do it at first, and that was a great idea because it turned out that the experience curve for hunting got adjusted. And like back in the day, you would have to hunt for a really long time and you could only level through questing for the most part. And now it's like really easy to level. So leveling it now is much better. It's like shocking stuff. Already going try. Unbelievable stuff. Just getting pens. Just getting pens. I mean, I know that you can suffer a lot in enhancing, and I've suffered a lot in the past, but having some kind of streak right now, and it really feels good. You got scared there. Yeah, the next one already. Not that fast, maybe. But not thinking when clicking works out pretty well. Like, the more you think about it, the more scary it becomes. And it just doesn't feel good, the enhancing. I should do Imperials, but I guess I can do it later. Well, right now it's a good streak and I hope that doesn't end anytime soon. That was so cheap too. Like, the Hunter's outfit, it costed less than 10 billion to make. I'm sure it costed less than 10 billion to make. Because I think I spent like 7 or 8 billion to get it to where it was yesterday, and you saw how short the enhancing session was just now. So that was really inexpensive to make. What's my hunting mastery? I can check later on my main, but I'm only like artisan something. Did you see the tries? The tries were really good. I think I'm artisan 1 hunting. So I'm gonna level it for 30 hours during the event. Next couple of days. I first want to figure things out myself a little bit, and maybe I'll stream the rest of the leveling later, like in a few days. And then I'm gonna have proper mastery. Yeah, it could happen anytime, Hank. This is more suspense than a shooter. Suspense around every corner and not enemies with grenades. Like, it's gonna be really difficult to get a bad mood, I think. Like, my fail streak would have to be really long for the alchemist to feel bad, because I'm in good spirits now that the hunters thing succeeded. And I kind of want to click Blackstar as well. I think I want to liquidate some silver in a bit. I think I want to liquidate some silver and make like one more Blackstar click if this thing doesn't use up all the resources. Yeah, I think I want to do like 1 pen attempt or so on this thing. And then first liquidate some silver and see if there's more potential for like a pen Blackstar click. It's unrealistic anyway to buy all of the cron stones from Central Market. It's so expensive. Or sorry, no, it's like so rare to get outfits. Even if you camp the market during reset, it's just very difficult to get crons in EU, and you'll always have like a surplus money and not enough transactions. So better don't have it like stall your entire progression. Just buy vendor crons, whatever. Somebody is requesting Medea meals, that's new. So are you hyped for another Manos outfit? I haven't touched hunting and alchemy yet on my main. I only did hunting to get into clarity, the artisan 1 requirement. And for alchemy, I think I combined Kafra stones, and that made me level alchemy. I leveled alchemy on a few alts, just making reagents to have life fame. But I haven't really tackled it properly. What I like about the pen alchemy clothes is that it has the time reduction. The time reduction on it is pretty high. I like the idea of not having to use Verger Draft while doing alchemy. I mean, you would still run it most of the time because of the experience bonus. But just having the option to let it run without constantly popping that thing feels good. Imagine enhancing in BDO and just getting stuff. It's crazy. I mean, kind of queuing up here to essentially just delete money, but it's not happening. Maybe streamer RNG works different on YouTube compared to Twitch. Maybe it's even more more broken. Do you believe in ghosts, chat? It's deleting so much silver. At this rate, I'll have to grind orcs for 2 hours to make that back. Orcs is so broken. I want to grind orcs later. I hope I can reduce the graphic settings to a point where it doesn't overheat the computer while streaming. So tell me, chat, do you believe in ghosts? I want to know. Nobody is selling me memory fragments. You need to stockpile them before you do a session like this. Problem is I don't plan ahead like ever. I'd rather just pay extra. That was such a good hunter's close though. Just getting it. Wow. I'm gonna be in this zone for like the next 2 hours, I think. Not being able to understand what just happened. Maybe I should enhance in the residence in front of the alchemy utensil. Oh, I can't get in. Enhancing in front of the window is good enough. Sometimes I have this bug where I can't get into the residence. And I have to restart the computer to do it. It's really brutal when it fails 10 times in a row. What's that? I'm always expecting that I still have memory fragments, but I don't. Used up everything last night. It's gonna be tough making that back, actually. But another pen Blackstar attempt today would be so good. I would love that. Need to find some silver to liquidate. Yeah, so to anyone wondering why you clicked on a grinding and life skill title and it's not grinding and life skilling, just using up a few resources I had left over before grinding. Yeah, technically this is all now, but I want to get an attempt at least. Maybe I first want to open some of these hards and sharp things, then buy some sharps. Looks like will be needed because there's only hards down here. It's always 3 in there. Okay. Yes, I'm gonna pre-order some black stones and sharps to combine more into black gem fragments and conchs. And then I'm gonna do imperials on main come back here and keep enhancing. Should maybe enhance on a different character too. She already got a pen today. Is selling your Panzarka worth it for Ted Blackstar? No. I wouldn't do it. Like a Ted Blackstar, or like I should say, when you have... Yeah, that's it. Imperials now. So I should say, when you have a lot of Kafras in your Zarka, I think it can be better than a Ted Blackstar, even at grinding monsters. But it would have to be really a lot of Kafras in the Panzarka. It would have to be like, I don't remember it by heart, but I think it was around like C15 to C17, something like that. So it's almost like a Pen Blackstar in terms of cost. So that's really expensive to make a Panzarka as good as a Ted Blackstar in PvP, but in PvE. But the Zarka, like it has the advantage that you can hit AP brackets by manipulating it with Kafras, and that makes it a really good item. You can't do that with Blackstar. So if you already have a Pen Zarka, I'd say your next upgrade should be Pen Blackstar. So you would make your own Ted Blackstar and just leave it in the storage until you can afford another click, much like I'm doing. And this is how I would tackle it. I wouldn't recommend just selling your Zarka or getting the Blackstar. Like, it's not urgent to get a Ted Blackstar for you. Good afternoon to you too. So chat, if you have any other questions, let me know. I'm happy to answer them. I'm doing Imperials in Altinova now. I hope that there's enough Guru boxes left, but I can always swap channel. Yeah, that was a really long answer and I didn't structure it too well, but I hope you got the gist of it. Imagine getting a Pen Awakening Blackstar, having like a Pen Pre-Awakening and a Pen Awakening Blackstar. That seems like such a cool thing. I could sell a Zarka and Dandelion, technically, but it's tempting to keep it for an alt. I don't really play on alts, but maybe it's time to start. I didn't swap channels earlier, so it's possible that the boxes are used up. The Panzarka also has higher accuracy than Ted Blackstar, so the comparison just now was only about AP against monsters, because like you already know that the Zarka is, because it's Pen and the other is Ted, it's like the better option in PvP, but for PvE, not just the AP matters, also the accuracy. So having the extra accuracy on the Panzarka is really good too. From the Kafras, the extra accuracy. That is so weird, Jack. Having only one alt and that alt is a gathering alt. That is so weird. Gathering is like the most straightforward example I can think of. As a life skill I wouldn't do on an alt, because gathering depends on you refilling your energy, and your alt doesn't refill energy when you're not logged on. Like, you can realistically only gather once every 2 weeks or so, and that is really bad. So I don't really understand people who do gathering on alts unless they decide they don't want to have any gathering levels past Master 1 and they just want to make money and they want to gather on extra characters and they have really good mana stuff. That makes sense to me, but it's a very distinct playstyle, I suppose. And like the average person should not have, just gonna adjust the chair a little bit. The average person should not have gathering alts. That's just a weird thing to do. He's probably also doing Guru Imperials. And then what to do on alts? Well, you have alts at locations where bosses are to log on to them and get rewards without travel time. You can even make Rift boss alts. You can have a sea monster hunting alt. This guy doesn't know about the fast packing Imperials, I think. I just cooked a lot, it's not that special. And there are people who have 502 CP. That is actually crazy because the last CP from 501 to 502 is about as expensive as the first 501 CP, as far as I know. Sorry, Louis. But you shouldn't enhance plastic accessories. Enhance proper accessories, target or accuracy accessories. They're way cooler. I need to play season. I have this complicated plan that involves... Cool. I have this complicated plan that involves leveling a non-season Corsair to level 50, then transferring experience and skill point for from one of my other characters onto the Corsair with this coupon that we got for free, and it expires in 7 days, so I have to hurry up with it. And then I can get the level up rewards on the Corsair without actually leveling the Corsair, because I don't want to play Corsair. It's such a goofy class. It doesn't seem fun to me. And then I need to play season, create a LAN, and make it like a succession LAN for season. And then I want to use the timepiece on another class I'm interested in. And technically the classes I'm interested in are Witch and Kunoichi. And I don't really know how I approach it yet. Maybe since I already have Witch and Kunoichi, I'll transfer the experience from those classes onto the Corsair, so that they are going to be level 50, and then I can delete them. But at least my Kunoichi, like both actually already have outfits, and they have like level 30 breath and stuff like that, so maybe I don't want to do it after all. I think the season ends sometime in September or October. It's not gonna be much longer, just a few weeks. So I'll have to play really actively if I want to make good use of the timepiece. I think having a level 62 character to use the timepiece on with like 2k skill points or something like that, that would be really good. But the level 63 is unrealistic for me. It's just unrealistic. Tutama, welcome. Thank you for subscribing. 29th of September. Okay. Yeah, it's not much time. 5 weeks. And a lot to do on the character. Farming skill points. Farming levels. It's gonna be a lot of Poly's Forest and Miramok. And I don't know what else I'll do. Like, it's a good idea to grind History and Ackman, because of the compass piece. I don't have compass yet. Apart from merchant ring and the ship item, it's the only treasure item I haven't gotten yet. And I really want a merchant ring at some point. If you start now, you can totally still get Pen to Vala. It shouldn't be a big problem. You have to play actively, but it's doable. Like your friend would have to, like he can't slack too much. But like I remember having like 4 Pen to Vala items missing. And it was only 2 more evenings before the end of season. And I got all 4 by just playing like maybe 6 or 7 hours, grinding Nagas and getting a lot of ore from there. And that was enough. So it's really not difficult to be full Pen to Vala. You need to coach your friend a little bit so that he doesn't waste too much time. But if it's a bit of like a streamlined grind, then it's totally doable. Yeah, I can see how 100 hours is lazy gameplay. Yeah, like, you shouldn't take that long to get full Pen to Vala. Like, if you do energy grind and other things like that too, or you quest a lot, of course it's gonna take you time. Hi Slavomir. Is that an L? I don't know how to pronounce that. Maybe not. Should you sell Vel's concentrated magic? No. You should just use it. Craft the Vel's heart and be happy about it. It's a really expensive item, and it's as good as any other upgrade, right? Like you get the same 3 AP from it as from upgrading your belt that you were enhancing earlier. It's just more expensive, of course, but I don't see any benefit in selling it now and rebuying it later, just to have a bit more AP temporarily. It's better to just avoid paying the tax of selling and rebuying it. Close enough, okay. You can always teach me languages, I don't mind. If you come here more often, I'll try to learn how to pronounce your name properly. The extra, what is it, attack speed and stuff like that is also pretty nice. Actually, I forgot taming a horse. I want to do that. And I'm going to lower the graphics settings. Yeah, I don't want to go full potato, but like later when grinding, probably gonna go all the way. But this is still like just gonna tame a horse for the daily quest at Stonetail Horse Ranch, and the Jetina quest that I don't really need because I don't really need the pen accessory, but I still do it in case I change my mind later on and I want it. And then going back to Velia to enhance just a bit more. Yeah, I forgot to pre-order the sharps. I'm gonna do that now. Need at least like 50 or so. Maybe let's go with 70. $11 hearts and A lot of Blackstones. You lose so much money if you don't pre-order at min price the armor Blackstones, or weapon Blackstones it is. Thoughts on selling all my gear and going full DP shy and full Manos gear? Okay, that's a tough one. But you're just asking for my thoughts, you know, and I can think whatever I want, so I'm gonna say it. I hate shy. And I hate selling and rebuying gear. It's such a waste of time. Because you just end up rebuying gear after selling your gear. Like, the way I approach it is, if I want more gear or different gear, then I'll just save up for it and buy it, or save up for it and enhance it. I'm not gonna sell something I already have. Like, this stuff just makes you unhappy. And I really don't like shy. I mean, this is completely personal, but the developers communicated that shy is an experimental class that they added to try things out. Was the experiment ever concluded? Shy is still in the game. I mean, it's fine if people play what they like, but shy has like the potential to be really broken in Node Wars, and like how you kind of need it in your all-in party if you want to grind there properly. So there's like a lot of emphasis on this single class. And I think the reason, or like, I think because shies exist, there's also like a bit more of a mentality that it's totally okay not to own combat gear and not to fight over resources, but try to like discuss that you can keep your spot if somebody else wants it, because you're shy and you don't have gear and you can't fight. Or you're shy and you have gear and you can't fight because it's not a good class for dueling. I think this is not a cool mindset. So I'm not very happy about shy overall. Yeah, you can show me your gear. You can't upload links in here because I sometimes have like spammers advertising random products and stuff like that. But you can post it on Discord. The link is in the description and I'll look at it. The addition of shy is a social experiment. Yeah, very much so. Okay, the link just came up. I'm gonna tame this horse and then I'll look at it. I have some items for a horse taming from the Termian night market. What did the guild get? Didn't see. Okay, looking at the gear now. I'll share it on screen. So like you should get 261 AP with Kutum. That's like the next bracket where it becomes a lot of fun to play BDO. So if I look at this gear, and the earrings are bad. Like let's say you put in distos in here. Can I modify this? Probably, right? Yeah, like this is already a good point to start. Then maybe let's put a vel in here. And you can get this from leveling up. Yeah, I think this is already like really good. And then you would maybe do a journal. That's a lot of AP gained. So maybe you don't even need one of the distos. But you get the idea, right? Like, journal is going to be important. And replace your earrings. Those are the priorities. And if you manage to get more free gear, like a tri-caposha instead of base caposha, then put that in there as well. And you wouldn't want to stay often, I guess. Or like, it kind of depends. What class is that? Is that striker or mystic? If it's succession, it's not that bad going often. But if you're awakening, you shouldn't do it. But since you don't have an awakening weapon, you're probably not awakening. Yeah, so that's what I would do. Training and farming. Cool. Double level up. You listed Pancrasi to buy life gear. You can just grind and buy life gear. I don't... Like my videos, like at no point in my videos do I say that you should sell gear to start life skilling. Like maybe I should add a disclaimer to every video. Guys, don't sell your gear. But I can't protect people if they want to do that to themselves. But I'm glad the video inspired you to do something. That's good. Even if it was selling gear. Let's see if there's a sea monster hunting mission. Just one mission left, okay. Doesn't have to be today. Let another guildie get a mission. Yeah, the great thing about life skilling is that you can make money passively. Like you still have to play actively, of course, to get the ingredients and stuff. But being able to make some money passively is really good. And just having a lot of CP is very satisfying. Okay. You have a season character pen to Vala. Play 3 weeks. Got 15 bill. I wouldn't graduate from season. I would do season as long as possible because it's not such a big holdup if you cannot get better gear because you're already full pen. And you drop the time-filled Blackstones that you can't get on regular servers. And you can exchange the time-filled Blackstones into fail stacks. So I would stay season as long as possible. personally. And I wouldn't like early graduate it. But I'm not sure about like how the timepiece works, if this requires early graduation or something like that. I'm not very up to date with things on season. But in general, if you are a new player and you are done with season, I would still stay in season servers because you end up just getting more. You do the same thing as you do in non-season server, but you get more stuff. I don't know about the tax system. I guess it needs to have some downsides. Otherwise it would be a bit too broken, but maybe they will revise it. There's certainly a lot of people complaining about it. Easy. Actually, am I pre-ordering a classic? Yeah, I am. Cool. Looking good. I hope we can do another Pan Blackstar click later. Do you think it would be a good idea to have 2 gatherers at Master 1 and above in 2 locations? No. Like, I don't think gathering alls are a good idea. There are some people who don't level gathering past Master 1 and they have lots of characters and they just swap their life gear around to gather on a different character. But personally, I don't do that. I think it's better to have some gathering levels that give you extra mastery and then just do everything on one character. If you have multiple characters and you want like a convenient gameplay experience, you have to buy extra inventory slots, you have to buy extra weight, and you have to buy the character expansion slot. Okay, you have that anyway because you want maximum amount of characters, but still, like, it's expensive to have extra characters, and for gathering it's really not that good. Because if you have a big energy pool, it will take 2 weeks to refill till it's full, and then you can barely play on your alt characters. So personally, I wouldn't do it. As a newbie, I regret graduating early. In the first season, the very first season, they had a system where you would get 1 loot scroll every day if you were done with season pass. And I graduated early and I didn't get all those loot scrolls. And since then, I kind of believe graduating season early is always a bad idea. And so far, it was always for different reasons why it was a bad idea, but it was always a bad idea. You shouldn't graduate early. At the very least, you can get the time-filled blackstones on top of the items you usually drop while grinding. And then you will get fail stacks on top of all the things you're getting. And if you're a new player, even if you have really good gear to grind high-end spots, you're still going to grind low-end spots because you want the potion pieces and you want the permanent map and you want the compass. So there is no point in switching up the order. There's no point in finishing season having Tuvala gear and then graduating to push even higher. And then when you have 300 AP and you're fully decked out and you feel great, then you go and grind like Chira Ruins, which you could have done at 100 AP because you want the potion piece. It's just not smart to do it this way. Rather extend your stay in season and do your potion grind on season servers. Do you grind? Yeah, I do grind. Like, this is experience from grinding. You don't get that much experience from life skilling. And this is like maybe 5 hours of grind at orcs to hit the next level. Do you think it's worth farming map pieces? Yeah, it is. Having the infinite map, or like the archaeologist map, it saves you money because every time you use it, you don't have to buy a regular map. And it can teleport you 2 ways, and back and forth. So you have 1 extra teleport, and that can be really handy. For example, if I want to go to Lima Island to do something quick with worker, a supervisor or so, I can just use my map, and I don't have to buy 2 maps for it. Or like, I should say buy 1 map and use the Oasis map to get back. Maybe the Oasis event will end at some point, and then you are not that flexible with traveling around. But having the permanent map makes you more flexible. Infinite potions are not character bound, but they cannot go in family inventory. So if you want to use them on another character, you have to physically move them to the other character. Some people find that a bit annoying. I'm not sure if they changed it or if they're going to change it, but the last time I checked, it was like that. Okay, so I'm going to need a lot more silver than this. This is again, I don't want to sell anything, but I still need silver. Not a cool situation, but can always liquidate some more stuff later. Maybe just make the conchs and keep enhancing for now. And I can buy some vendor crowns for a Blackstar click later. But first I want to get 1 pen alchemy attempt. And get it back to Ted. Or at least try. Yeah, that's cool actually. Getting 1 pen attempt, and if it fails, I leave it on try. In theory. It will be tempting to click, maybe I will click, but I would be happy with a try Manas Alchemy outfit. Because I had that before, and I did a bit of clicking, tried to get it to pen, and if it doesn't work, I wanted it to be back on try. From try to Ted, it doesn't get any speed bonus. It only gets mastery. And the good thing about pen is speed bonus to me. So it keeps running even if I don't run Verger Draft. I've sold all my Manas gear, but I reached this gear level. My question, does water scooping benefit from mastery? I don't know. I don't know about water scooping. I never really looked into it. It has a mastery value, but I don't know how much water you actually get while scooping. I have no idea. You saw the Blackstar attempt? Yeah, like the Blackstar attempt from last night, you mean? Or the other Blackstar, this one. That was cool, getting that Blackstar. But I want to be double Blackstar. I mean, that is just cool, right? Have to be double Blackstar. The Gahaz Blackstar, yeah. That was the more fun one. No, today I got this. This was already crazy and felt really good. Still happy about that. I wanted to quit BDO and decided to blow up my gear. First try was Uragon's pen. Yeah, now you keep playing, obviously. You don't quit BDO. I mean, if you are not enjoying BDO, go ahead and quit it. But like, it's a fun game. I don't know why you would quit it. But I didn't know why anybody would quit a Supreme Commander either, the game I was playing earlier before playing BDO. And now I know why I want to quit it. Yeah, I'll first combine this into black gems. You can always make more later. Consume so much time. Okay. Like if you have an addictive personality, that can be bad, but like as long as you function as a person and you are living like a successful life, a good life, you can integrate some gaming into it, right? Shouldn't be that difficult. But of course, everybody's situation is different, and if something requires you to focus a lot in life, like final exams at school or something like that, it may be a good idea to quit for a while. But I find it more satisfying to play Black Desert and still be successful at life and make both of them work together. If I have to quit Black Desert to be more successful at my job and stuff like that, that's maybe just a sign that I need to try harder, and it doesn't really have anything to do with the game. It's more of like a attitude problem, maybe. I think if I look back, the longest time I was quit from gaming in my life was like 2 weeks, when I had like the choice to play games and like, you know, I wasn't like on vacation and there was no computer around or something like that, but like I was around the computer and I decided not to play games because I wanted to focus on other things. The only stage of my life where I did that was maybe 2 weeks. I was playing a lot of CRPG and like I grinded so hard that I kind of burned out a little bit, and at the same time I needed to focus on university stuff. So that was fine, but disregarding that, like I always found some room for gaming in my life. I never really had to quit gaming. Wouldn't it be more cost effective to turn the Blackstones into Caphras? But I can't enhance with Caphras? Not sure why you're saying that. I'm not trying to make money. Like, sure, I'm trying to make money, but like Caphras are not a factor in that because like I want to use my Caphras in my armor, so I need to make money from other things. And right now the things I'm getting, they're not for selling, they're for enhancing. I'll be clicking Manus Alchemist. I'm good, Benny, thank you. I hope you too. Should I skip Duo Manus coming from Tetlogia? You can go directly to try if you like, that's fine. Like, make some plan if you want to buy the try or enhance it yourself. And like if you know that you're gonna enhance it yourself, you might as well buy Duo now and get the try through enhancing later. But if you know you want to buy the try Manus, then you can skip the Duo, that's fine. Like the most important thing you get from switching from Tetlogia to Duo Manus is the experience bonus. Thank you for subscribing, Benny, and see you, Xander. Take care. Yeah, Grim, I do need silver, but it's more about like liquidating the right things, not just about trying to sell everything I own. Like if I really wanted silver, I could just, you know, liquidate something in here. And just the worker empire storages have a lot of silver in them too. This has all my trade materials, the ingots and the plywood. This has plywood too. There should be some in Olvia. So like I have enough money, but there is no point in selling stuff that I'll rebuy later. So it's important right now that I liquidate the right things that I won't miss. You have to be successful in real life in order to be most successful in BDO. Pearls aren't cheap. Well, I don't think you have to buy outfits to melt them for cron stones to play the game. Like, I don't buy artisan memories and I don't buy outfits to convert into crons, and I still have almost full pen gear. And I play like maybe 3 to 4 hours per day. Like, you don't have to pay to win to succeed at BDO. But you should buy some things that make the game more convenient, like weight and inventory expansions. And of course, like value pack and karma blessing and old moon scroll. If there's like a live event and you want to push live stuff, you get a decent amount of these items from attendance rewards and events. But you would buy some of it, right? You would buy some of it probably. But I really don't believe you need to constantly swipe for outfits to play the game, or you have to buy artisans to play the game. It's not necessary. And like you can tell in Europe, I don't know where you're from, if you're from NA, the situation is going to look different, but like in Europe, there's no pearl items listed on the market. So people rather play longer instead of trying to make money by selling pearl items. So selling pearl items is not really a factor, I'd say, in this region. I mean, if you're like the CEO of some super successful company, then of course you would buy stuff in BDO instead of like grinding, because it's not efficient for you to grind. But I mean, sure, if you want to fully optimize everything, then of course you also buy things. But there's a lot of things you can optimize without buying anything. And I don't think anybody optimizes the game 100%. People are probably all operating at like 60-70% efficiency, making bad decisions, doing things they shouldn't be doing, not going for the highest return on investment activities. And if you like add some real life money into the equation to buy some silver in game or some crons in game, like that is a rather small efficiency boost compared to what else people could do to be more efficient. It's just a very lazy way of trying to progress in BDO, just buying your progression. And you know, it's the small things, like, for example, if you're riding around on a slow horse, that costs so much money, because while you're riding, you can't grind or life skill. And like, how you plan your day is also important. Like, let's say you're cooking in real life for an hour and doing dishes for half an hour and cleaning up your room for half an hour. That could be 2 hours of fishing where you make 5 mil silver, or it could be 2 hours of cooking in BDO where you make 1 billion. Like, if you have snake meat and scorpion meat, for example, you know, like that's a real example. And if you just AFK fish in that time instead of making big profits, and you never gather outside your semi-active time to get the snake meat and scorpion meat, you're not going to make this money. And I wouldn't say that, you know, it's better to not cook and do the dishes and clean up your room, but instead hire somebody to do it for you and work for 2 hours longer and buy pearls with the money you make in those 2 hours. Like, that is just really unrealistic. It's a stupid perspective. But it's also like cultural. I think people from China tend to spend a lot on games and also spend it for others, like for guildmates. There's this interview of the biggest whale in BDO made by Hedon, and that was interesting to watch. It covered why certain people spend a lot of money on BDO, and it's not really necessary, I think. But like people in the US, I suppose, they don't have as much free time. they don't get as much leave from their jobs. And maybe it may be more satisfying for them to also buy some things. So this is gonna be 100 Kongs. That's a lot, actually. Yeah, maybe I first want to make 60, see if we get a pen attempt. Am I still pre-ordering memes? No. I think memes are going to be the bottleneck. If I have extra memes, I could be enhancing Griffin. Like, I'm not sure if I want to be enhancing for the entire stream. I put a different stream title. I actually want to do something else, but enhancing is so much fun. Byrock is going for his pen black distortion earrings. I think that's very cool. He's doing this challenge for himself where he tries to get one TED to pen distortion click per week, every weekend on a Sunday. And I think that's a beautiful format. He's pushing himself very hard to make that much money. I think I could do this challenge too for like 2 weeks if I just sold some stuff I have stockpiled. Or maybe I could do it for 3 or 4 weeks even, if I sell the Zarka and the Dandelion. But it's my understanding that he doesn't liquidate resources he already has. He's actually grinding for the money and gathering for the money. So that is some major tryharding going on there. Yeah, so I don't want to click on Mystic. I want to click on a different character. Let's click on Nova maybe. Or on Sark. Yeah, let's click on Sark. If it fails, we know we should have clicked on Nova instead. But crazy gains. A pen life close is the gatekeeper when you are like sort of endgame oriented and trying to get into a new life skill you've never done before. It's a good idea to go for a pen close. I didn't see that Eternal subscribed. Welcome to you as well. I missed the notification earlier. Did I put it in? No. Okay. I have some big fail stacks and some money to spend. Do you think it would be better to buy a TED Crescent ring or just try to enhance it from the basic one? Personally, I wouldn't go for a TED Crescent ring. Like, I'd go for an Eye of the Runes ring or a Tangred ring. I like Tangred rings personally. Maybe an accuracy ring is also an option for you, but I wouldn't go for a crescent. It's just not a very good item. Like, you get Kaposha rings and a pen Cressy from the Jetina quest, so I don't think getting like a Cressy is such a good idea. You get it, I wouldn't say for free, but you get it fairly easily, even if you don't. Go for it yourself. And when it comes to enhancing versus buying, by tendency, if you are a new player and you want an accessory, it's probably better to buy it because you will get it for sure. But if you have a lot of resources, it's better to enhance it maybe, because it's more fun. And if you don't get it but get something else in the enhancement session, that can be satisfying as well. Kind of depends on your exact situation maybe. And what those fail stacks are that you mentioned. You need 40 fail stacks for duo, 44 fail stacks for try, 110 fail stack for TED. Maybe if you go for rings that are entangled rings, you can go a bit lower than 110. But I'm not perfectly sure about that. Like, I don't really enhance cheap accessories. I only enhance tangled. And those should use maximum stacks. Which free pen accessory do you think is the best? I think for really new players, Cressy is the best. And for long-term players, Narc is the best. And for very long-term players, it's probably best not to go for any of them. The 161 stack shouldn't be used on a pen accessory. Like, if it's crescent, or maybe, okay, I've never enhanced it. Actually, that doesn't sound so bad. You could use that if you want to go for a pen, but you're going for a TED, right? And for a TED, it's way too high. Yeah, I meant to say that. For a TED, it's way too high. And the 40 stacks are really good for Pry to Duo. And if you use some bulk cry on it to get 44 stacks, they're good for Duo to try. And if I was you, I would probably go for a Tangled Ring. Personally, I like Tangled Ring best. But I don't know which class you are and what build you're going for, so I'm not sure if this advice is necessarily best for you. But Tangled Ring has 1 extra AP and Black Spirit Rage. And I like AP, and Tamer needs Black Spirit Rage, so for me it's Tangled. Aww. I wanted to go. Enhancing is so much fun if you actually succeed once in a while. That felt good earlier. You play Lan and Mage. Mage as in like Wizard, or Sage, or Witch. Lots of Mage classes in the game. I'm not sure if the accuracy ring is needed for LAN or recommended for LAN, but I think most people go for accuracy ring when they're pen. They don't really get a TED accuracy ring. But I'm not sure about that one. So if you know anything, chat, help Pedro. And if anybody else has a question, put it in there. I'm happy to answer. I'm not in the rhythm at the moment. What was that? That was cool. But it was not a TED. Enhancing can be so much fun, chat. If you don't fail everything, every single click, it can be so good. Again, not in the rhythm. Aww. Gonna need more conks very soon after all. Oh. So expensive. Probably just lost 2 billion. Was using the 161 stack to enhance the Wizard Awakening weapon, but failed 5 times with crons. Now regretting using crons on that. Yeah, well, crons are good for Blackstar and Dead God. But if you're still enhancing like pen main weapon, then you probably can't afford the other thing yet. Alright, I need to relist. And liquidate some more silver. Should I sell this? No. Yeah, maybe let's start melting some things to see how much crons are missing. It's gonna be a lot of crons missing. That was wrong. Need to buy hearts. Hello, Tobias. Thank you for subscribing. Welcome. Striker, welcome to you too. Actually, when you're not streaming at 6 AM, you actually have more people in chat. Crazy. You should remember it for next time. Yeah, so I need more Blackstones, it is. People are requesting so many Blackstones. Yeah, I can see how getting it up to 10 and then failing it, and it is really expensive to get up to 10 in the first place, can be frustrating. But I don't really have strong feelings about it, and I like to not think about it too hard. I mean, I didn't think about enhancing the Hunter's Clothes and got that to pen, and that was very satisfying. So I try not to overthink the enhancing. So that is like a 12th of the... No, wait, that's more. It's like 10% of the cronstones that are necessary for the enhancement. Not too bad. Actually, let's repair that and then put it back into storage. Make some new conchs with main. Who would have thought? Yeah, exactly. Like, comes as a surprise to me. I thought this is like an international game and people from all countries play it. And somewhere in the world, it's always noon and always evening. But I guess I was wrong about that. Just checking if any of the other characters has hearts and sharps. Doesn't look like it though. That's not a lot of ground stones. I'm not sure if I have like a premium outfit box I can melt, but I don't have a Valkyrie alt yet, and I want her to have Enslar because of its pretty golden color. That's why. So I want to keep that for Valkyrie. I could maybe melt the Daru on my tamer because I never wear it. Yeah, it's because of the color. I know you would understand, Sesti. How to get black stones? Is it nighttime? Yeah, I don't have the in-game time. Let me know if it's nighttime in BDO right now. Is it after 10 PM for the night vendor to be up? She still has money. I want to swap back to her. But judging by the light, it should be like maybe 8 or so. Just one tapping a pen minus hunting today. Like despite the 8 bill-ish, I sunk into it yesterday. That felt good. It's 8 PM. Thank you, Dim. Yeah, I can go to Night Vendor a bit later then. Maybe check the transports. Yeah, that's some Blackstones in Keplan. Can go there later. But I'm just hoping to get the pen attempt now. And then I want to move on to the Blackstar. Maybe we can liquidate some more money now. This is for a box opening stream. I can send the deer meat to Heidel. How much money Ted and Try Gather Manos Close cost on your server? Yeah, and what server is that? I missed some chat messages maybe. Almost got the master match log, that's cool, okay. I tried pre-ordering mine. Maybe it fills, that would be nice, so I don't have to make it myself. That's such a weird item. The price dropped so much. I don't really need those. I'll sell some. I'm sure a lot of people are gathering right now. Always rebuy oatmeal. How are the meals doing? People aren't buying media meals, it's strange. I haven't looked into the Imperial profit from media meal, but I think it's better than Belenos meal, maybe. It's just not that popular. I can't see any blackstones in here. It's weird. Must be dreaming. So I'm going back to Heidel, liquidate some more, and I want to do a pen Blackstar attempt. And about the things in Kaplan, I'm not sure what to do about it. Maybe I'll map my archer to Kaplan and exchange it on him and then put them into storage. That should be pretty fast. Sometimes it's not the silver you're missing, but the market is actually out of something, and that slows everything down. I can sell a bit of fig pie, I think. I have like... No, actually, I need fig pie. I need this stuff too. I can't sell it because then I can't make Valencia meals. I'll sell a bit of red meat, or like sauce, it is. Yeah, and I think I want to sell a bit of this as well. I can always make more, even though it's profitable to cook with this. I'll sell some of the Valencia meal ingredients. Things you do for stream. And buy my tea, chat. It's for a good purpose. A lean meat salad is such a scam, it's so expensive to make. I'm not sure if my dashboard is broken. There haven't been any chat messages in a while. Or you guys just lazy. You guys are awesome, subscribed. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, just speak of the devil, no chat messages, and there is one. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm happy to answer them. And I stream on YouTube right now because it's very hard to grow on Twitch if you don't have an audience. So it's better to first grow an audience on YouTube and then maybe move to Twitch later. But yeah, for now, I only stream on YouTube. Lazy. Now the stuff is selling. I'll need to do a lot of lion gathering soon. Gaga, welcome. Thank you for subscribing. Yeah, all my streams are like this, by the way. It's always me playing Marketplace and liquidating stuff and then doing clicks. And normally failing everything, but lately a bit lucky. I want to grind in Lifeskill later. I hope the the enhancing won't take all evening. But that's fun to watch too, so I'm good with it. Fun to do and fun to watch. Yeah, like getting into Twitch recommended is very difficult. You have to be really big. Twitch is not a good platform for growing. Market PvP. If the stream commands aren't working, the description has links. I think my gear screenshot is a bit outdated. The pen Blackstar isn't in it yet. And there might be a pen target ring missing too. Yeah, actually, I put the wrong meal into storage. I'm glad that there's no bullies undercutting me today on the market. Ruben, welcome to you too. Thank you for subscribing. Yeah, I don't mind taking a bath. I should probably do it. Could be in a hot spring. That would be really atmospherical. And you would have something beautiful to look at. The hot spring around me, you know. Congrats on your compass part. Was it Elton? Oh, it's Ackman. It can't be Elton. Okay, but still, like, congrats. Should have clicked relist. What's the fastest way to earn silver? Like, if you're a new player, it's probably just running relic scrolls all day and never stopping. A lot of new players don't understand why relic scrolls are good and why they're profitable. They're like, oh, I only get like one meme frag sometimes. And I don't need it for anything. It's bad. But it's really good money. You can also run voodoo scrolls, maybe. Scrolls are really good because even as a completely new player, you make a lot of money from them. And you don't need a lot of investment into life skills or gear. Scrolls are good, yeah. What's the weight limit? That's a very broad question. You mean weight limit for like when you have all pearl weight, or do you have anything more specific in mind with that question? I can't really answer that because I don't know what you are trying to find out. Character weight limit. I think like it can be up to 3k or so. It could be even higher than 3k. Like if you are shy, you have polar bears and you have some weight reduction armor, that can be really high up there, 3.5 or so. But most of the time you're rather at like 2.4 or something like that. And you can exceed it a little bit if you have a fairy with feathery steps. Maybe more people buy tea. I need some barter who buys all my vinegar. Shy has 1.7 with Fairy. That's quite low. You are missing out of Pearl Weight probably. 2.7, okay. Yeah, that's more like it. And it can go higher, I'm sure, like with polar bears and stuff. Yeah, it's been a good Sunday. I've been asleep, so I can't complain. Didn't experience anything bad. Wow, why would you do that? Yeah, personally, I don't use crystals for weight increase. I don't have like a separate gear set for Lifeskill. I just have my combat crystals and like my combat kutum while I Lifeskill. It doesn't really matter, like this little bit you get from Gervish, I think. It doesn't matter to me anyway. The idea that if somebody attacks me while Lifeskilling, I don't only have to switch to armor and accessories, but also the weapon. That seems a bit annoying. I have way too much teff bread. It's from cooking for CP. Teff bread is a good recipe to cook for CP. It is relatively lightweight, although not as lightweight as vinegar, for example, and it's profitable. And it's really easy to get teff flour on the market. So if you've been spamming things like vinegar for CP, you might want to switch to teff bread. Although vinegar is very convenient because you can put enough for 2 cooking utensils into your inventory. So Zesty, I think you recommended a Letters from Iwo Jima to me, and I watched it not long ago. It was good. Do you get attacked while Lifeskilling? Yeah, that sometimes happens, and I fight back. I think there's not a lot of point in complaining about getting attacked. It's an open PvP game, and it's fun. I don't like it when people refuse to level their character to the point where you can attack it in PvP. Some people stay below the threshold and stay unattackable for PvP, and that's really not a cool way of playing the game, I think. You should be able to attack everybody. It's just more fair if nothing unexpected like this happens. Oh, nice. Look. Only managed to get one. Yeah, but that's a decent amount of Blackstones now. Can go back to making conks. And one more pen attempt maybe, or like the first pen attempt on the Alchemist Close. The one and only pen attempt on this one we do tonight. I hope it will happen. Yeah, I don't think you recommended it based on having seen it. You just seem to be a little better at Googling than me when it comes to finding movies. And when we had the chat and I talked about how I'm doing like a war movie marathon, you looked up some that I hadn't seen yet, and you recommended it to me based on just reading the reviews and stuff. But I'm fairly sure it was you who linked it to me. It's like when somebody doesn't Google and they want to watch a movie, it's almost like they need medical attention. It's like, are you alright? I'll help you. Should I call an ambulance? Yeah. And it was good, so Googling didn't fail us. It's like 280 would be 380, I mean, so 75 like this. I don't have the powder. Lame. There. Back in the business. Alchemy seems like an exciting life skill to me. It's like doing cooking all over again, but like a fresh take, so to say. Ooh, somebody is listing a lot of blackstones. Probably one person grinding a lot of orcs. Looking for more war movies. Why not, actually? Yeah, perhaps. I like war movies. Reminds you that the peaceful times we live in aren't something you should take for granted. And it's also fun to watch war movies from non-Western countries, because like we are conditioned into sort of believing that the Americans are always the good guys. And if you watch a Russian war movie, for example, it might be the other way around, and it's like a really interesting perspective. And reading reviews of those movies is always fun, because people are like, oh my god, this is just propaganda. And like, don't you have the perspective that it's always propaganda? And like, of course it's propaganda, right? Like, the question is just for what side? And you only notice when it's not for your side, in a sense. See, at least Pedro agrees. They're actually getting sold now. Could cash out big time. And technically, it's not super worth running them for me. It would probably be like 300 mil per hour or so. But I'll calculate it before I sell. Americans, the true source of that thing. Yeah, different times back then. And it's not like everything is perfect and ideal now, you know. There are still issues today. The countdown on this is a bit scary. I have to use it within 7 days, so I have to play the main quest on one more character. Delete the Corsair, recreate it, make a new season character in 1 week. It's doable, but I should have had the market window open. Ooh, chat, you're getting dark now. Don't demonetize my stream. I'm not running ads right now, but when the video archive renders out after the stream is over, there's gonna be one short ad at the start and one short ad at the ending. Well, maybe the keyword analysis of the video voiceover is gonna reveal to YouTube that the next sponsors for this video is going to be military. Because only war-minded people in chat. Yeah, thanks Jim for the rainbow. That's gonna help. It's gonna fix everything. Oh wait, that's enough actually. That's enough. For 50. Let's make 50 first. It's taking a long time to mix these things and also to pre-order the Blackstones. Things you do for an alchemist outfit. Can click very soon. But I don't know yet how to get 5 bill. Because it's gonna take around 5 or even more. Nah, like with the money from now plus 5 bill is what it's gonna take. So chat, the seed of white, do I need to make the flower of madness? And this stuff, do I need to make the passion of Valtera? Or is it just vendor trash? I don't know about these items. I'll ask in the guild as well. Maybe somebody knows. Valtera's flame. Just sell it? Okay. Well, like Twitch is a bit more monetized in a sense, yeah. Like people have their payment information signed up and they're used to subscribing and stuff. And on YouTube, like it's a combination of me not monetizing my stream to the full extent yet. Like for example, I don't have members and I don't have super chat. And I need to launch that at some point because I actually need to make a bit of money with content creation. Otherwise, it's really unsustainable because creating content also costs money from the software tools and stuff like that. Talked about this on last stream as well. And like it's a combination of both. People not used to like buying anything on YouTube and the monetization options not being as good. But I think YouTube doesn't take as big of a share of the money you're making as Twitch in comparison. And the ad money is decent when you make videos. For streams it doesn't really matter as much, but for videos it's alright. Okay, we clicked on her and then it didn't work out too well. What is... Okay, it's fully repaired. No memory fragments left in here. 300. Okay, well, not too bad. So gonna click on the Nova. Okay, unknown. I'll consider selling it. It's a lot of money. Stubbs is also replying in guild, I guess. He'll probably write the same. I wouldn't sell the items you make cups from, obviously, but about the others, I'm not sure. I think one is for Obsidian Blackstar armor, which I don't need. And the other, I don't even know what does it. This is like, I'm not a big fan of Rose, but I haven't seen this outfit dyed like this before. That was a long preparation to get these clicks. I hope they're gonna be worth it. I want to holster the weapon. I just didn't want the shitty shield out. Nova is such a weird class, like how it goes from super tanky turtle thing to this fast moving Sting user. It's called Sting. I don't have money. Wow. What happened there? I should have money. So weird. Huh. No tats? Brutal. Yeah, there's a bit of a lag, like it doesn't repair it fully. Must be the internet connection. Ah. I didn't play too much season on my Nova. My Hashashin is fully decked, but she only has 10. Just casually failing 10 in a row. Is it fine to gather with tier 3 Hedgehog? Since the mastery system exists, Hedgehog doesn't matter as much anymore because Hedgehog doesn't proc the, or like it doesn't scale with mastery. It's completely independent of it. But like if you can get a tier 4 Hedgehog, it's the best pet to get as T4. Maybe the Arctic Fox is also good. But like I try to have like a tier 4 Hedgehog if I was you. And maybe you get some wizards with the wizard pets from attendance reward. Like I still have some from just playing the game, and they handed it out during events. Still have 4 of them, and you can use them on Hedgehog as well to level it up an extra tier. But sure, it's fine. Like it's not like you shouldn't gather just because you don't have the tier 4 Hedgehog. What? Did I use up all of them already? looks like. Heartbreaking stuff. Back to her then. Am I pre-ordering weapon stones? At a low price. I really want one more pen attempt on this. And again, about the other stuff, I can sell the seeds and the flames. It's gonna be like 1 billion. Our Swedish chef is asking for book recommendations on Discord. If you have any, share that. Few more. Yeah, whatever. I'm buying those now. And I'll check how many hearts and sharps I need. But it's like 56 of each. Oh wait, I still have those. Never mind. Can make 100 actually. 100 conchs. Or like, yeah, the red conchs. Maybe let's not make 100 right away. Rather save some of that money for later. Maybe it fills immediately. That'd be nice. This is enough for like 4 hours. I don't really use those anymore. But I may go back to using them later. I don't want to sell. Standing inside others. How to get T3 Hedgehog? Well, the way you get Hedgehog is either from special bundles that has like, I think there's one that's called like a beginner something bundle on the Pearl Shop. Amerigo's welcome bundle or something like that. And there's a Hedgehog inside. And then you can wait for events that sell Hedgehog bundles. Or you can buy a Game Pass and gift it. That used to work when the game was managed by Kakao. I'm not sure if that's still a thing. But like that's how you get like a tier 1 Hedgehog. And about getting it to tier 3 is by using like a wizard Gospi and combining it. Being lucky, not getting T2 but tier 3 right away. Yeah, I got the pen hunting. I was very happy about that, very lucky. It was a short stream. The last stream had the pen hunting and that was only 12 minutes. All right, I'll get some air in and refill my glass. So surprise me with some comments and questions in chat. I'll be back in a bit. I'm black. Okay, what did I miss? Congrats, Louis. Nice. A streamer room? Like, I kinda, like this room has nothing but a computer, another computer. It's got some light as well, but I'm not using it right now. Like, I have a green screen, and like if I put the green screen on, it looks a bit... what does it look like? Bit like this. Just a sec. Okay, actually I haven't set it up. I can't show you. Too bad. Now I can't find the scene anymore. There it is. There it is. Yeah, but like I have a green screen and I could use it. I'm not using it, but like the reason I'm not using it is because when the light shines in my face, it's just very bright. I have not the best light setup, I suppose. And you know, having like this soundproof stuff in the back, that is just being a show off. Like it doesn't have any real effect on making a stream better. Okay, what else did I miss? I need to queue up some conch making. Very nice. Going for 30k quest is not insane. It's a natural step in anyone's progression. You want the 310 fail stack. So it's fine to go for it, for sure. Yeah, like I approve of what you're doing, Dim. keep pushing. It's a nice title as well. It's a nice yellow title. And a proper humble brag. Are you doing farming? I don't farm at the moment. Did your friends say you're insane and stupid, or like why are you asking? Of course it's good to do it. That LAN looks good. Maybe the eyes are weird and stuff, but like I like the dress. The sleeves are so long though. Weird.
If you plan on crafting, you should leave your materials in the storage.
Okay, back for some more clicking. She has it. Yeah, I can never remember what outfit looks like what in the game. Like the basic gear and not the pearl outfits. Pearl outfits are okay to remember, but the basic gear is just... You don't really use it too often, so it's hard for me to memorize. Since we were doing book recommendations, like everybody knows this book, right? The Alchemist. I haven't read it yet. But I can still recommend it because it's one of those mainstream books that is supposed to be really, really good. So I need to stop slacking and read it too, so I can actually talk about it. Okay, like I can't really give farming advice or comment on farming advice of other people. I don't farm. It's not a very good life skill unless you are a really new player and you want to use the CP in that way. Okay, let's just get easy pen. It's really tragic how the stones are counting down so fast. Everything just evaporating. But can't get to pen life close in one day with no resources. If I had a lot of resources, I'd be like, yeah, okay, that's doable, but have like no resources, so I don't get my hopes up. But thank you for cheering, Louis. I'm gonna hope I get it, yeah. Okay, this can't work. You have to wear it. Put it back out. And now easy. Yeah, somebody called Delph. Delph's lacking again. Only gave one ration. What is it called? One ración? That doesn't exist in English, does it? Whatever. Like, he didn't give enough rations. That's the thing, actually, yeah. Oh, streamer RNG. Maybe Armin is watching and can pull the switch. But they're probably all busy with the Tuvala Cup. But I wouldn't say that I'm quitting. I don't want to trick the game. I want to maintain a good relationship with it. I appreciate you like my videos, mate, and glad you made it into a live stream. Aww. Is it worth to try this? Like, to enhance this stuff? Or do you mean the game in general? I suffered a lot already, okay? Out of the 250 fail stacks that went into the pen accessories, they came from failing other things. But yeah, today we're playing the game of getting duo, breaking it, going back to pry, rinse and repeat. It's a lot of silver, yeah, sure. Try to push the manas. I don't really think about it. I want it, so I click it. I want my name on it. And right now there's the live event. And this is sort of like the gatekeeper to a lot of Lifeskill content. The game is just way more satisfying when you have pen close. You make bigger gains, more money, a level faster for some life skills. So yeah, like, it's worth it to me for sure. But this probably means we can't do another Blackstar click today, because this is too expensive. Not giving us any TET. on the alchemy. Yeah, there's an event that gives you plus 50% life experience. So life skilling is really good right now. Your levels just faster. No skip. Just 8 stones left. I kind of want to buy some more. Am I tracking the silver loss? No, I'm not. But in this, maybe around 4 bill or so. So far, at least. It's 2 weeks, Thomas. Only 3 stones left. There could be easy Tet, right? Like just do or try Tet. Or not. Aww. I'm a bit tired of making my own Kongs. How expensive are Kongs? Yeah, they're really expensive. Meh. It takes long to make them, but they're so expensive. I'll find money somewhere later. I don't want Tet actually, I want pen, and if it fails I want to keep it on try. I just want a pen attempt because it's fun, it's content. But yeah, buying can be better, like it depends. I think the Manos clothes are kind of unfair. I think they're better to buy on average, but like the standard deviation is just so high. Like you could get super carried and get easy pen. Or you could click it forever and sink 80 bill into one. Look, we get a pen attempt. Actually, let's do it. Let's do it on her. Let's do it on her. I thought we had to switch characters, but we don't, because no fail stack. Ah, I really wanted to click it again. I meant to leave it on. Yeah, should have just clicked right after it. Too bad. Well, what now? Maybe click it more a little bit. Making Kongs is so annoying. Oh my god, I don't want to make Kongs. Just gonna buy 3 and that's it. Gonna break it again, I'm sure. It's gonna be pry. But can play actively a little bit after the enhancing. Yeah, it broke completely. Are there any memes? A little bit, yeah. Can repair it and click one more time, get a duo, leave it on duo or something like that. That's good enough for me. Yeah, Manos can be really brutal. It's so addicting to click though, I don't want to stop. Just want to click forever. This stuff is really unlikely to sell. I'll just cancel it. I need to keep a little bit of money to buy things for grinding. Ah. Okay. Well, super glad about the hunting, and And that is enough enhancing for today. Gonna do something else now. The price of Danline crashed, I think. I looked yesterday. So weird. Wow. Yeah, I know. It's always escalating into gambling stream. Even on streams where I want to do things other than gambling, it's just gambling always. But I'm fine with that. It's fun.
If you borrow a container from me, you can use the storage even at home.
Okay, so I can clear out. Or I can just hide the counter like this. Because we're not doing enhancing at the moment. Now I want to set it to potato. Yeah, why not? All the way. And gonna grind some orcs, I think. I hope there's free spots. Like, I'm so bad at dueling, and I don't have enough evasion yet to actually evade anything. It's just it's like running a lower DR build. I can't speak today. And it's gonna be a bit embarrassing, but I don't really mind. Why would I tilt? I got Pan Manas. Let's see. With 800 Kafras, I can't do anything. How big is the difference? I still have black gems on this. Could have kept going for a bit longer, I think. But it's nicer to make some money now. Need to use all of this still. Yeah, I know that Tamer isn't good for evasion, and evasion isn't good in general, but I still want to play it. And because I want to just play the class and playstyle that I like best, and I accept if it's not the best. Like when I make guides about Tamer and stuff, I'll of course mention that they shouldn't do the same things I do in terms of gearing. But it's still how I want to play the game personally. It's just more fun to me this way. And if it turns out to be too bad, I can always make a second gear set. I want to put the black stones in here. Hey Kevin, and welcome. I can sell a bit more meals, but I want to grind for now. Can do Zarka as well. That's so little. Yeah, let's do Zarka. She can exchange the auras into memes. Can I have a shout out? That's a weird question. I mean, you're in chat, everybody can read you. It's pretty warm in here. Hey Leo, I'm glad you liked it. I want to do a hunting guide at some point. Such kind of like cornerstone videos take a long time to make, so it's not going to be quick, but it's one of my next topics I'm interested in. Just got the gear for it, so I don't have to be ashamed when I show my hunting gear and it's not pen. Legit the only reason I got it. The other boss is Nuver. Or is it Kutum? It should be Nuver, right? This has a vacuum thing. I think I haven't used my ferry. Oh, I have. Well, like technically hunting, I don't think it's as complex as gathering. And there's less spots and less things to consider, but like still you have to know some things. Worker Empire guide is planned, but this is like another one of those really big topics that takes long. Didn't mean to be rude, Kevin. Like, if you want to talk about what it is that you do, then like we can bring some more attention to that. But it's difficult to figure out what you mean by shout out. Like, do you create content yourself? I don't know how to play Dark Knight at all. I recently discovered that she has sideways dashes and stuff like that. By that I mean I pressed K and read it while I was standing behind a column at Zarka for 30 seconds and then I skilled it. But I don't even know if the skills are protected and if there's iframe, how long they last and stuff like that. I have no idea. Leveling cooking is very fast. Like, most people are Guru 50 with 99% and they still cook after that. I don't think it's important to rush cooking or anything like that. But rushing Guru is good, of course. I think I've died to Zarka with a vacuum before. Okay, thank you for explaining a shout out. I thought like a shout out for the most part is when a content creator goes to the stream of another larger content creator and asks if they can share the link to their channel or something like that. I generally read people's names though when I talk to them, like. What platform are you playing on, Leo? Is it PC? On PC, I feel like most are Guru 50. Or like sometimes you can be Guru 50 with 99% experience and not be in the top 5 of your server because there's so many people who have it too. We'll have to save a bit of money. You shouldn't use mastery clothes when cooking, unless you're doing red sauce overnight. And there are some very special cases where you also want to use it, but by tendency, just forget that it exists and only use it for red sauce overnight or for handing in Imperials. It's actually crazy how much misunderstandings there are about mastery clothes with cooking. Like, there's so many people who just think that using mastery clothes is necessarily better than using silver embroidered, and they're just all so wrong. Nah, like I cook Belenos meals without mastery clothes. Like, well, let's say you use mastery clothes and you save 20% of materials or something like that. But the cooking takes 5 times longer. 20% versus a factor of 5, so 500%. It's pretty easy to figure out which one of the two is better. Like, it shouldn't even... Like, people shouldn't even consider that Manos is a good option. The way you should think about this is silver embroidered is almost, or like is always better than Manos, except. And the list of the except situations is very, very tiny. So there's... Wait, are you actually asking that? It's so hard for me to like understand what's so difficult about this. Silver embroidered makes you cook 1 cook per second. Mastery clothes take 5 times longer. And even if there is a bit of like I save some materials bonus going on, why would you do something 5 times longer instead of just doing it immediately? It's like wearing a Manos clothes while cooking is like grinding against monsters and only using left mouse button attack. Just killing monsters like this, you know, because it's 5 times slower and you enjoy the grind more. It's just weird. The difference between the cook and the craft. I'm not an expert on this particular subject. I had like a discussion about this with somebody else not long ago. I think a cook is just like when you have 1 second cooking time and 1 second passes, that's a cook. But like craft is about how much procs you get. So is it like you cook and you get 1 of the finished recipe, or you get 2 or 3 or 4? And like with cooking in 1 second, it's always 1 cook, but with crafting, it's between 1 and 4 crafts that you make. And due to mass cooking, where this gets multiplied by 10 in some instances, it's even higher. Okay, so I know that 301 is a bracket, 304, 307, 3010 is a bracket. I don't know what's better actually. Using the TET or the pen with Kafras. It's just 1 AP difference. Okay, in this case the Blackstar is better. So even at TET the Blackstar is already gains for me. It's good to see. Yeah, Pedro, especially as a new player, you shouldn't use Manos Close. Because it comes at the cost of not gathering more, you know? Like you can gather for 2 hours and cook for half an hour with the materials you gathered in 2 hours when you use silver embroidered, or you cook for 2 hours and instead of cooking, or you gather for 2 hours and instead of cooking for half an hour, you cook for 2.5 hours. So the cook lasts longer and effectively you use 2 hours in which you could be gathering. And the reason why you are not getting many materials while gathering because your mastery is low is because you're not leveling your gathering, because you're slow cooking, you know? And like, it's just really crippling. Also, you need the byproducts for contribution points and you get them while fast cooking. You get a lot less while slow cooking. So slow cooking is really bad. I understand if people make red sauce overnight because they're going to be asleep anyway and it can just run for 7 hours and they make a bit more silver compared to using silver embroidered. I also understand when a really skilled player has done some crazy math and figures out that, for example, cooking Grill Scorpion or cooking King of Jungle Hamburg is better with a Pen Manos outfit. But this is not a Tet Manos outfit, this is not a Pen Blue, it is Pen Manos. And when they figure out, with a lot of math, how they value their cost of spending time in the game, how much semi-AFK time they have, how much active time they have, and they have like a really reflected take on the game and they know exactly how to organize themselves, that they sometimes prefer slow cooking over fast cooking with the bottleneck recipes. But if you don't think as much about how you organize your time, you're a new player and you're just kind of greedy, thinking that, okay, if I use a slow cooking outfit, then I won't waste resources. That's just the wrong approach. And that's just stupid. Like you're essentially just undermining your own progression. Because you could be getting more byproducts, you could be getting more time in which you play actively, and you just sacrifice it all over a misconception. Like, it just completely baffles me how everybody seems to be wrong about this, like the new players, you know? Always assuming that they should be using the slow cooking thing. Just because an item is more expensive on the market, it doesn't mean it's better. And I would say slow cooking bottleneck recipes is not worth it unless you have Pen Manos outfit. And most people don't have Pen Manos outfit, they can't afford. Right, so what do I need to pack? I'm gonna pop this, this, the blessed message scroll here, and I think that's it. Okay. I made a video where I explained it, yes, the silver embroidered versus Manos thing, but I said in the video that I would make another video where I go more into detail about cooking. And that video doesn't exist yet. And good day to you as well. Is 1 billion a day good with alchemy? I don't know how to answer that. Konstantin, welcome. Nice to meet you too. Like, doing some... Like, I don't do much alchemy, but... Or I don't do any alchemy, actually. But, like, with cooking, some of the more sustainable recipes, like Valencia meal, that you can spam because you don't need as much milk, you know, and not as many bottleneck resources, they make, like, 200 to 250 mil per hour. And like if you cook that for 4 hours, you make a bill. Doing something like that in alchemy seems fine to me. If you're talking midweek, that's probably really good, the 1 bill. If you're talking weekend, this is a bit low, you're slacking, you know. But without more context, it's hard for me to say, yeah, it's good, no, it's bad. Okay, I'll be right back. Just need a second. Congrats on Garmoth. Don't sell it, keep it, because you're just gonna buy it back. And you're losing tax. Just use it now, even if it's not the next natural gear upgrade. But make sure to keep it, don't sell it. $1 billion a day by cooking worth, or can be better? Well, of course it can be better. You can make 4 billion per day cooking, and it's sustainable. If you are really try hard, you gather a lot, and you make something like organic feed or Valencia meal, or just sub recipes of teff sandwich and couscous. This stuff is and this stuff can make you a lot more money. So 1 billion is like, you can't just put like a random number in chat and say 1 billion a day cooking or fishing or grinding or whatever. Is that good or bad? It doesn't work like this. You have to give more context, because if you have 2 hours of active playtime per day and 2 hours of semi-AFK playtime per day, then 1 billion a day is good. But if you play for 16 hours and you only make a billion, like, you know yourself that this is a bad stat. So it really depends on your situation, how much time you make. Like, you gotta, for you as well, absolute zero, you gotta ask yourself how much time you actually have and how efficiently you spend that time by your own standards. And this is how you should look at it. I'm gonna need to lose some duels. I'm a bit too greedy to pop the Perfume of Courage before the duel. This one is fine, but I'd rather have slightly worse chances in the duel than just waste silver like that. Just thinking, am I missing any buffs? Probably. I'm always missing buffs. Okay, let's lose a duel against this guy. So I have an excuse to go to a lower tier rotation. I think this is the best rotation at Orcs. Oh, he's Hashashin. That's a very strong class. Okay. Do I have the potions? Yeah, okay. I sometimes grind without potions. Or duel without potions. What is happening? That was weird. He looked like he was not moving, then he looked like he was CC'd. I didn't understand what's going on. I need some PvP training later on. Like, I first want to get gear that satisfies me, so like more Kafras into evasion, and then I'm going to ask skilled tamers to train me in PvP. I'm sure Philip is going to help me if I ask him. This is not a very good spot. The rotation this guy had is like my favorite. And I think it's also the best. Is this taken? It looks like. He dropped a weapon. Whatever, I'll ask him. Annoying. Is that a tamer? Sounds like it. Yeah, it's a tamer. Okay. Just buffing like that, did you see? Brutal. I guess we're going here. Back here. I think this is not a good rotation actually, but like what can you do if you lose duels, right? You can swap servers again and just ask other people to duel. I think there is very few people as geared as me who are this bad at PvP. But like it's showing that I just life skill all day and don't really grind. Like I had some duels at Star's End when that was like a decent spot. I'm riding way too far away. And like now at Orcs, but it's like the first time I duel people pretty much. Good night, Louis, see you. It's like 10:45, that's not late. This looked like an okay rotation actually. What's happening here? The Hashashin is probably still grinding. So many people at the road. I think with this rotation, the mobs don't get properly debuffed. There's like something wrong with it. But maybe that's just me. Alright, enough riding around. I'm just gonna go here. I need to pop the buff on the horse. I think it's better to make Valencia meals if you have the time. It's just a bit of extra cooking and it's also profitable. I don't think you lose money because you make Valencia meals. But it's probably worth checking out. Like, I haven't calculated it or anything. Now somebody grinding here. Okay. I need to kill the prisons first. This looks very different on slightly lower graphics settings. It's surprising. But the FPS seems decent, so it's worth it. So like, probably a lot of people watching who don't know how to grind orcs. Like, there's these fairies in cages that you need to break free. And then they shine light and debuff the mobs. And then there are wizards, orc wizards. And they are star-shaped on the minimap. And they can do like a spell that despawns the fairies again. And that reverses the buff in a way that it even like... Or it reverses the nerf in a sense that it even buffs the orcs. So they become really strong and they can two-shot you. So like, you always kill the prisons first, and then you kill the wizards. And then you kill everything else. And you kinda repeat that. I need to pop my buffs. It's like the first time I'm grinding on stream actually. I hope I won't forget my name. Okay. In Malaysia, that's far away. I sometimes forget how big this game is and that people everywhere on the world play it. But maybe not everybody plays it actively, because this is said to have 20 billion players, really a lot. But like my videos don't get 20 billion views, million I mean, not billion, Jesus. So used to the currencies in BDO that everything is billion. I should look at the like player stats of Final Fantasy with the whole wave of World of Warcraft players leaving for Final Fantasy. Be interested to see how that developed. Gonna use some aggress. I must have missed the prison outside because you don't see the light effects over the grind spot. So they are like debuff to the max. I think all but one prisons need to be down to properly debuff the mobs for a long term. When these lights are just following you around, that's also debuff, but it's not like an area debuff that's permanent. I got an Elvia weapon. Now it's gonna be a bit harder to find enough mobs to kill. They die much faster now. So I probably have to tap into the northern rotation. But I think the other guy is grinding here. Maybe killing these is fine. Otherwise the rotation would be a bit too small. I never played World of Warcraft. I think it would have been a lot of fun if I played it as a kid while the game was still good. And like there were a few people at school playing it, could have played it with them. But and those people were always like on the brink of self-destruction, because there was like this really big kid who went to bed at 3 AM every night. That was like in middle school. Like how crazy is that? You have like a World of Warcraft addict in middle school, and you could tell that his school performance was suffering because he was like not stupid, you know. He was like a smart kid, but he didn't sleep at all. And that really ruined it for him. Maybe the same would have happened to me if I played World of Warcraft then. I was pretty good at school. And I think not getting internet at a very young age really helped with that. Because internet is such a big distraction. What was PC content after Sakraya? Wow, that's a difficult question. I don't know. Sakraya. That's a long time ago. I'm not even sure if like what was first, Starzend or Sakraya, but I think Starzend was first, followed by Sakraya. And like it took a really long time to get Elvia. That was several years after Sakraya. Maybe like 2 years or something. We got like the Manos update after Sakraya, I think, or at the same time. But I don't really remember. Like there was new class releases and stuff. But I'm not sure you can like base the launch cycle of updates of console on the way it happened on PC. I don't think it works like that exactly. Welcome to the stream. I can't read Arab, but welcome nonetheless. And I hope you don't mind I can't pronounce your name. Pedro, take care. I see you. I'll have to do some hunting very soon. Like I want to make use of the live event. But there's the grind event also at the same time. And I still have the Termian event buff items that are for grinding. So I need to grind a lot and I need to lifeskill a lot in the same 2 weeks. And that's going to be difficult. And if I also want to make videos, that's going to be impossible. So I should probably stream a bit the next couple of days or 2 weeks instead of making videos. But maybe I can do a short video of herbs. Once I got the rotation at Odraksha. Stars and after Sikraya. Yeah, this is what I'm not sure about actually. If it was before or after. But I have a goldfish memory. Like, remembering what happened is okay, but remembering when things happened and in what order, I think that's difficult. You shouldn't do quests during an event like this, or really, because if you lifeskill at a later time and you get less stuff, or if you grind at a later time and get less stuff, and that's just you wasting progress. Like, it's really inefficient, Dim. It's not a good idea to approach it like that. Please start grinding or lifeskilling instead. And you can still do your 30k quests after. Like, I think it's good that you do your 30k quests, but you chose a bad time for it. The rotation I'm in is very unpopular. It's probably one of the worst rotations around here. So I can swap channels again in a bit. And hope that I get a free spot. Maybe I want to grind down the Elvia weapon first. And when it expires and I don't get a new one, this is when I swap channels. As a tamer, I should be able to hold my spot fairly easily. But I don't have enough evasion to tank anything. Tamer isn't tanky, but at the moment my evasion is working against me. And like, I'm not skilled at dueling. I need to work on that. I've actually never been to Sikraya. I just skipped it. I'm not sure how my class performs at it. But I'm sure, like, tamers who grind there go succession. And here as well, this is more like a succession spot. I think as succession tamer you get like 20% more trash compared to awakening. But I play awakening, I haven't learned how to play succession. I need to try that out as well. There's so much stuff in this game that I haven't done yet. How is the volume balance of the game compared to my voice? Can you understand me well? I need to get a playlist as well, but songs that aren't copyrighted tend to be short and not very good. It's so much effort to build one. Sounds perfect? Okay. Well, thank you for letting me know. Yeah, I feel like when you're grinding, having some music is nice. And maybe you can listen to your own music while I still don't have a playlist. And I have like a music database where I can get songs, but it's like not very, like the tags aren't very good, and there isn't a lot of selection. Some stock songs sound very stocky. And I'm proud to have like a very exquisite taste in music, so it's heartbreaking to listen to stuff that I wouldn't normally listen to. Monster Cat, yeah, no thank you. I'm not saying that everything on Monster Cat is bad, but Like, what kind of demographic do you want to reach with Monster Cat songs? Like, the girlfriends who are sitting on the shoulder of their boyfriends, drinking vodka orange, spilling it on their head with their phones in their hand at like Tomorrowland main stage or something like that. It's just it's super generic music on Monster Cat. Like, if I was maybe 15 years younger, I would listen to it on stream. I know this is very specific, but this is the image I have when I think about Monster Cat music. I mean, the most generic gaming music you could possibly think of is uplifting drum and bass, dubstep, but not like good dubstep, you know, the new stuff, the bro step bullshit that sounds like Skrillex, and like maybe trap. Trap is also like some very entry level gaming playlist shit, and like I can't listen to that stuff. Like, I need oh, that already expired. That was quick. I need medical attention if I listen to that. I don't know how some people do it. I think the person who wins my prize of listening to the worst music of all BDO streamers would be Little Brony. He listens to exactly the kind of music I just described. I'm a snob when it comes to music. I'd rather have no music than bad music. Hey Bapple. You have trouble exchanging your Tuvala? Your Naro into Tuvala? I think you need to be done with a Medea main quest. I think that is a condition. What class is that? It says Valkyrie is her name. But is she a Valkyrie? I think she's a Corsair. How does it work? Do I have to kill the pet as well? I don't even know how to play against this class at all. And I'm using skills that are on cooldown. Yeah, I don't even know what's happening. I'll check the rotation on the node manager. Well, thank you, Bapple, but for what I'm doing right now, I don't need RNG. This is the most no RNG spot in the game, I guess. Gonna lose every duel. That's a Zerker. It's rare to see. He ignores me. I guess I go back to that other spot. Best spot in the game, so busy. It's almost like everybody wants to grind at the best spot in the game. Okay. And is it always up, the Corsair pet? Or do they have to summon it? Good to have some experienced PvX players in chat. It's gonna be a while for me to find a grind spot, I think. That doesn't suck. Is that person grinding here? Yeah, okay. That's a witch. I can't even spot their protected area skill. Oh, I'm not dead. Only lag, oh my god. I have like 1 FPS. I think I need a better graphics card, actually. Like, if you can't fight, you know, because you're bad at PvP, it's always the hardware. This is where the Panzarka was, I think. Is he grinding bottom even? He's grinding like the entire plains. I can't tell where he's grinding. Okay, I'll just be here. And he needs to duel me. He's not here apparently. It's irritating me because like the fairy lights and stuff are... What is attacking my horse? Is my horse being attacked? No, it's healing. Okay. I forgot to kill the prisons. Oh yeah, don't do that. He just completed the buff, I think. So they're very strong right now. Okay. Wow. Well, I can still kill them despite the light being despawned. And I feel like it's a bit faster with the new Blackstar. I need to get Garmoth Heart into the Blackstar and do the crystals that make you not get knocked down as often. I don't have that yet. I also don't have the second Rabam actually. I heard it's really good. I have enough skill points for it. I just never looked at it and don't know how to use it. They have been updating the classes a lot actually. I do have the core skills and add-ons, but I'm missing a Rabam. It's stuttering quite a bit. What is your AP/DP chat? Do you grind orcs or any of the Elvia zones, or are you in different grind spots? I suppose Starzend is really popular. How many duels was that actually? Must have been like... Must have been like 5 or so? 4 or 5 duels? Yeah, 4 I think. Really bad silver per hour. I think when it comes to like frame rate while grinding, that's actually the hardware. Like right now, it's stupid to buy hardware because everything is so expensive due to COVID. But I think my PC is a little bit not good enough to stream BDO. Like enhancing and stuff is fine, maybe gathering too. But I'm not sure if it's good enough for grinding and dueling and stuff like that. I mean, sure, feel free to share. I'm not sure if I'm gonna go for it, but maybe other people are interested too. Dimitris, I think the bot is down, so you have to click the link in the video description. But it's probably better if I just show you. And this is my gear right now. So, decent AP, but no DP pretty much. And a class that isn't tanky. And I lack some crystals. I don't have some of the accuracy crystals. The one in my main hand are missing. The link in the stream description is a bit outdated. Like I've gotten very lucky with enhancing after that, and I haven't updated it yet. Well, like it's not rare anymore to have 300 plus AP. A lot of people have that. Like since people can casually make 500 mil silver per hour, it's not that difficult to get better gear. What concerns me a little bit is that the classes keep getting stronger. There's like slight buffs to every class and to their like skill damage and stuff like that. And armor essentially doesn't get buffed. So like the only real like armor update we had in a long time was the Fallen God, and that just gives you like, I don't know, 6 DP or something like that. So every class gets stronger, but nothing gets like tankier. So everything dies just really fast. I think I activated my weaker buff while the other buff was still running and that cancelled it. I didn't see the timer. Thank you for trying to entertain you. Okay. It's like saying nice try. Do better. Yeah, sure. I mean, when I stream, I just kind of want to chill, or I have things to do in the game, and I want other people to like be able to watch it if they want. And like the videos is like my main passion, and that is time consuming to make those videos, but I hope they're like informative and they help you. You like the videos? Okay. I don't know, do you think my videos are entertaining? Like, there isn't a lot of jokes in them and stuff like that. Like, some have a few jokes, but like, it's mostly like information, right, in the videos. But if you find it entertaining, that's good to hear, of course. I try to do some small things with like video editing that like just surprise the people watching. Like for example, in the lion video where the lion is attacking, like this cutscene is just unusual, I guess, for a video. So I try to make a few special effects and stuff. Educated, most of it. What do you mean? This rotation seems to be really easy to outgrind. I thought it's like one of the better rotations around here, but I'm probably not extending enough. I used up all my aggres already. That was a bit of a mistake. I should have left just a bit in case the orc boss spawns, because using aggres on this gives you like 10 mil or so every time you kill. Is the berserker still here? Can't really tell. Doesn't look like it. Let's see. Apparently not. It's all empty. How much trash loot do I get? I think I get a bit over 13k, but like this is with yellow loot scroll. So I think like I'm slightly above average because I have more AP than most people, but like my class isn't that great. If I went Succession, I could do better, I'm sure. But I'm stubborn and conservative, so I'm Awakening. And I forfeit some silver per hour because of that. I'm not too familiar with this extension to the north. Process lasso, park control. Okay. I think when it comes to BDO, you sometimes also just have to restart the computer, because the memory is probably just clogged up from the computer running for like 6 days. You know, like most people don't switch it off at night. Yeah, my trash loot is inflated because of aggres right now. But like, it's fairly low if I factor in that most of it was due to aggres. Like all the duels took so much time and only getting like pretty bad rotation. When the Elvia weapon is used up, I should try to get to the other rotation again. If you are in a good flow, you can sometimes get like back-to-back Elvia weapons and constantly grind on Elvia weapon. And you extend to like it's rotation 1 and 2, and you just grind both. And that is such good silver. Like I had such good hours there. Or even when I just had it like for half an hour and then I had duel lost and I needed to switch server, like that was really great, because it just gives you so much more of everything. Are there no prisons here in this portion? It looks like there's no prisons and no wizards. Yeah, but even like playing like this, I get like 400. I think my average is like 400 mil per hour at orcs, a bit higher than that. And I'm not grinding here since a long time. I'm fairly new to this spot. I went here the first time when I had my C9 armor. When it comes to using software for a better performance of your games, I'm a little bit like, how should I say? I'm not sure how I feel about that, because in the end what really matters is just whether there's like good results, you know, and all the logical and technical aspects of it, they don't matter. If the performance is better, it's better, so be it. But it feels like when your performance is bad, it's a bit counterintuitive to run even more programs that use performance. It just seems a bit weird. Do you grind with yellow or blue loot scroll? On your striker. Hey David, you missed the Pen Blackstar? You didn't see it live maybe, right? But you probably saw the stream archive? The VOD. Thank you. Yesterday I got a Tet Awakening Blackstar, and I just realized that it is better than my Dandelion. The Dandelion has some Kafras in it, but the Blackstar is only 1 AP lower, and of course it has the monster AP. So I'm actually on better gear now compared to usually, as I'm grinding orcs. And while I'm a bit sad that I don't have a better rotation at the moment, because this doesn't seem very great, and yeah, it boils down to I need to learn how to duel properly. Like, for example, I find it pretty hard to aim my grab. I just always miss it. I can't remember when I actually hit my grab properly. I know very little about hardware and operating systems and stuff like that. Enjoy your pizza. Yeah, now the fuck up happens. Because I use up my Agris, I lose some trash that I could have gotten from killing this guy. I'm not sure if Orcs is actually better silver per hour than Gathering, because like the Gathering allows you to do cooking in your semi-AFK time, and when like tomorrow I'll have time to cook, but I won't have any cooking materials, or very little. And I still need to use the Elvia, not Elvia, the Termian Night Market cooking buff things. I think I have 8 hours worth or so. So I need to do some life skilling too. And together with the semi-AFK cooking, I think it might be better silver. What's the most mobile class in BDO? I'm fairly sure it's not Lan. I mean, Lan can fly, but that doesn't make her fast. It just lets her fly. But that isn't what I would say is mobility. The fastest class is Nova, I think. And I'm not sure if Corsair is also one of the fastest classes. Like she needs like mobs to move, it seems, because she attaches her like rope to them. But Nova is really fast. Yeah, Awakened Nova, not Succession. Like, I calculate fairly little with my gathering money, so I can't like give you one number and say this is how much I make. But I think somebody else calculated that gathering line and cooking King of Jungle Hamburg is 350 mil per hour or something like that, or almost 400 mil per hour. And you can make Valencia meals from the Hamburgs as well. And if you know that you're going to have a lot of semi-AFK time and nothing to do in that time, it may be a good idea to make a bit less money in your active time, but have something to do in your semi-AFK time. So in some instances, gathering can be better than grinding Orcs, even though Orcs is the best spot in the game. But for people who have absolutely no semi-AFK time, of course, grinding is going to be the best option. Some guild is enhancing something, what is it? Actually, now that I know that I can sell my seeds that I drop at Orcs, I can make like 700 mil or so. And the flames should be around 350 mil. Yeah, I feel like if I'm not life skilling and I have nothing to cook in my semi AFK time, I'm missing out. Like, I can't imagine that, you know, like for example, grinding orcs for 5 hours and then just fishing in my semi AFK time is better than than gathering for 5 hours and then having meat to cook for like 2 hours or so. Like, I can't really imagine that that orcs is gonna be better with all the mastery for cooking and gathering and stuff. I don't really see it, but like, I didn't do the math, so. Alright, like ninja succession or striker succession for PvE. Ninja isn't like a PvE class. Ninja is like really bad at PvE, I think. Or am I missing out some changes of the class? Like, I just know that ninja players always used to whine about being so bad at PvE. But I think this is mostly with trash spots. With spots with tanky mobs it may be different. And there aren't really any trash spots anymore. All the spots have tanky mobs now. The ones that get grinded. They got buffed, okay. Yeah, I guess my info is outdated then. Yeah, Tamer should be a finger-breaking class also, but that's only if you really optimize your combos. My combos aren't that optimized. Like, I'm using the debuff that sets the mobs on fire way too much. This one. And I'm underusing certain other skills. And like I said, I missed the Rabam, so I'm not grinding at her full potential. I think I'm somewhere in between just pressing random buttons and hoping for the best and having optimized combos. It's like some middle ground. Is Ninja Awakening better than Ninja Succession at PvE right now? It would be really surprising to me that a Succession class gets outperformed by an Awakening class in PvE. Is Guardian good for PvE? Yeah, it is. Guardian is really easy to play, and you get good trash loot in every spot, pretty much. Yeah, like the best classes for PvE are Succession Striker, Guardian, Awakened Nova, and Succession Lan, I think. And those should be the best. I plan to make a Succession Lan in Season, and I'll start playing Season in a few days, I guess. I haven't played it this season yet, because I'm really unhappy about Corsair. I don't want to play Corsair. Such a goofy class. And my debuffing skills are all on CD. I need to watch my CDs more closely. How I feel about Corsair? Well, I think she is one of the better classes. Like, she's not a super top tier, but she is among the best, I guess. Like I made a poll on my YouTube channel. Like you can open my channel on a new tab and look at the community section. And the second last post is me asking people how they like Corsair. And you can get a pretty differentiated picture there based on what people are writing. So she seems to be one of the better classes, but not the best. Does the level play a huge role in Arcman Histria? No, the level doesn't matter. The level has almost no effect on your on your gameplay. It's just like what combos you use and what buffs you run. And like I'd say Arcman especially is like a difficult spot to play. Yeah, like when a new class releases, it's almost guaranteed that it's good and better than other stuff. Like people refer to this as the power creep. In the sense that new classes always like overpower old classes. Yeah, but like Arcman is a very difficult spot to play, I feel, because the mobs can CC you. And like especially on Tamer, I had like a really bad time at Arcman when that was one of the best spots in the game. And I was fairly new to the game. Like the mobs would just stun me constantly. And I'd be on the ground and I would die somewhat regularly. And after I got some DP, I wouldn't really die anymore, but like it would still be inefficient because I'm constantly CC. And like I used the adamantine crystals in the like shoes, and I started using more protected skills so that I don't get knocked down all the time. But Arcman never really became like a favorite spot because I feel like it's fairly difficult. And I'm by no means like one of the best grinders or anything. Like I just have a lot of gear at the moment, and back then I didn't have gear. And also like from a balance perspective, Tamer was in a really bad spot. So you had to be fairly skilled to grind in Arcman at the gear levels of that time. And I just couldn't do it. And then the Manas update came out and I started lifeskilling. And that was way better. What's my next goal? I want, yeah, well, sure. Like I want Merchant Ring. I'm gonna grind for it for sure. And that's also a fun activity on stream, I think. But in terms of goals, like I want to have the Pen Awakening Blackstar. I want to have like 2 Distos on Pen. And I want some extra... I want some extra Kafras in my armor. Kafras is really boring because you can't enhance it. It's just about buying it. And it's expensive, so I'm gonna need like 60 bill. And that will just take a long time. But like my armor is still paper. If I could, like when I duel and get CC'd, just get up one more time instead of being one comboed most of the time, that would already help a lot. And it would also give me more chances to improve at the game. I mean, people say that if you're under-geared and fighting people with better gear, this is when you really like learn to play. And of course I agree, but this is like in battle arena or something. When you are actually practicing to improve at the game, which is of course a smart thing to do. But the way I kind of envision my PvP is I want to make like a clear cut from being a PvE-oriented player to being a PvP-oriented player. And it's not the time yet. And that's why like I haven't really bothered learning how to play my class against other people. And like since I'm not very skilled at PvP, I want to have like slightly tankier DP than other players, so I can at least get back up in a duel and try again if I get CC'd. And that requires Kafras. And it's quite possible I will never be able to survive a combo from certain classes. But, you know, just surviving a combo from some classes is going to be enough for me. And then I'm gonna be like, okay, yeah, that was worth it, getting this gear. What makes me a little bit sad are the evasion modifiers. Like how some classes have evasion modifying skills or passives, and other classes don't have it. And that makes evasion like, it's kind of like a make or break situation. And I would prefer if you could run evasion on any class, or not run evasion, instead go for higher accuracy, and you could like make the choice. And the way the game is now, you don't really have a choice. DR is just better on certain classes. And if you go evasion, that's kind of like your fault for being stupid. And like, I'm playing evasion on a class you shouldn't go evasion on. So evasion is never gonna be really good for my class. Maybe flowing water has like an evasion modifier, but that's a skill nobody uses. Perhaps I should use it. What do you think will be the loot at the Calfia and Elvia regions? Red accessories, maybe, yeah. I would like to see a comeback of evasion accessories. You know, just something like a Centaur belt, but with better stats. Something like that would be cool. But I doubt they will add something like this. They are still in their crusade against evasion, but maybe that ends at some point, right? Game is stuttering quite a bit. Also, like, I'm thinking about how, like, when there was no boss weapons and armor in the game, but you only had stuff like Rosar and Grunel and so on, spots would just drop weapons. And I think that's really interesting. I mean, you cannot just make a spot that drops boss weapons, obviously. That would be a bit broken. Or maybe you could, but the drop rate would be super low. But I was just thinking maybe there could be a spot that drops Liberto weapons or something like that. And because having spots only drop accessories seems a bit lame, actually. In the long term. The amount of gear in the game has actually decreased. Like when the game was fairly new, you had so many different types of weapons and armor, and it was like you could actually, like you had a choice what to do. Like the accessories, do you want stamina, do you want HP, do you want MP, do you want accuracy, you know? You could actually choose an accessory that fits your playstyle. And all the main hand weapons, they also had like advantages and disadvantages. There was like this, I think Aswell doesn't get like debuffed in the rain or something like that. You know, like a very specific bonus that is just weird. And you have like evasion, main hands and stuff like that. And these things don't exist anymore. There's only like a best in slot weapon. And either you have it or you have something worse. But there's barely any customization. I think they are addressing that a little bit with the cups they're adding that you can put into accessories. But it's not the same thing. So the game got more simple. And I'm not sure that's a good thing. Also, you could craft weapons. Craft weapons you would actually use. You would have a workshop and you would gather like ores and stuff like that. And you would craft your weapons. And an enhancement session would be preceded by a few weeks of, you know, mining for iron and crafting something, you know. Like, this is beautiful stuff. This is a very atmospheric game with a lot of storytelling and stuff, and we don't have that anymore. It's a bit sad. I wish they would at least bring back different kinds of best in slot weapons. Like, for example, a Blackstar that has more accuracy and less AP, or like that has some DR or like evasion or something like that, just to increase the diversity. Yeah, it may be easier to balance, true. But like, even while there was a lot of different things, most players would go for the same weapon. And most players would go for like a Rosar because it has the highest AP and so on. And because most players do the same thing, I feel like it's not an issue that the other things exist. And maybe they are just like a remixed version of the best. You know, it's not quite the best, but it's almost as good as the best, and it's very different in the way it works. And that just seems very interesting. And also this intertwining Lifeskill, Worker Empire, and like combat, instead of separating it, and that is also interesting. Like, imagine if you want the best weapon, you have to run workshops and you have to gather materials. If you don't do that, you don't get the best weapon. That is really interesting. The way it works now with the Deborica necklace, for example, it's just you have to grind a lot, but it's not like you have to do anything but grinding. It's just grinding. And sort of like creating these interdependencies that force people to do more than just one thing. I think that is very interesting. That is something I would like to see back in the game. You know, maybe like make a cooking recipe for a really good Imperial recipe or Imperial box. And in order to cook it, you have to get trade goods from like Port Rat or something like that. So you have to barter or at least move your boat. Something like this would be interesting, I think. So that people don't only stick to cooking and gathering, but they have to do something entirely different. I mean, when it comes to just making money, there's a lot of options in this game. You can gather, you can barter, you can even process. Hunting has gotten a bit of a revival. You can cook and do alchemy. So like the pure amount of money making options is pretty high. But like, it's optional. It doesn't make you do a certain thing. Like, there is nothing like if you want A, you also have to do B. Like, something like this exists only very little. I mean, you can't cook if you never gather. That's true, but like, apart from the gathering and cooking alchemy interdependency, there's like very little interdependencies in the game. Yeah, that's like not a good hour. 13k is usually what I'd make when I have no aggress running. And this time I had aggress running and got the same, so like I had 40k aggress. So that was a lot of duels and bad spots. But it doesn't matter. What matters is that I used up one more of the items we got from Termian Beach, because they expire on the 1st of September and I don't want to waste any. Okay. I'm setting up for some AFK session because I need a break. The enhancing has been quite emotional with selling all of the things from my storage. I need to assess the damage and see what I want to do next. Like for tomorrow, I won't stay up much longer because last night I was up for like until like 6 a.m. I slept for the whole day pretty much, but I still I'm not gonna sell it. I first entered my list, but I still kind of feel that my rhythm is a bit confused at the moment. So thank you all for watching. It's been fun. Got a really cheap pen hunter's clothes. That was crazy. And did some testing with the grind. It's good for me to see that I can grind on stream and it doesn't like completely fall apart with the FPS and the hardware and all. I do get some freezes, but it's manageable, I think, overall. Yeah, so thank you very much.